Hey everybody, Professor Lyrical here. If we have not met before, or you're wondering why I have such a crazy name, the basic story is I am a professor and I'm a lifelong rapper. So I put those two together. I do a lot of interesting faculty development, speaking, lecturing, teaching, that sort of thing. And at my institution, I do lead the faculty development charge for our campus. That's part of my title in addition to teaching mathematics. And I kind of wanted to speak to y'all today about titles, especially in higher ed, education in general, but we have all kinds of crazy titles. And sometimes those titles can actually influence how we think that it is that we're supposed to act or what our perceived role is just because of the title. And sometimes it can be limiting. Like I once had a faculty member say, yo, like with your, they didn't say yo, I said yo, with your impact you're making with the students, it's unbelievable that you don't want to be in like a student affair role, at least on your administrative side. Like, why do you want to be in faculty development? And this was like right when I started in my current role, and it kind of, put me back a second. I was like, okay, but I kind of think, or I've always thought, that instead of just making impact in the classroom, to the couple of courses you may teach or whatnot a semester, and it's nice when you can do it at a lecture or come in, you can perform and you can impact students and you see that they're hearing your words. That's wonderful. That's why I do what I do. But exponentially, when you can bring that to other faculty, and share some of the insights that you've had, that you've been successful with or not successful, that could basically help them in the class to make a similar impact and think about which way they want to go. It's a great thing, and it's a beautiful thing because I feel like it reaches and touches ultimately more students that way than I could in my limited, courses that I teach. So I'm sort of resituating the way that I think about that as I'm, beginning my job, and I'm trying to think, like, do other people think this way? Like, if you have a title, and let's face it, there are tons of titles in higher ed and education that doesn't seem like it's connected to students. Maybe you're in, academic affairs, or maybe you're in, maintenance, or maybe you're, a security guard at a building where the students are, or maybe, you're doing, accounts receivable. Like, I would encourage you to recharge your batteries in this beautiful time of year in the summer before we go back for the late summer and in the fall, which of course is rapidly approaching, as it always does. How can we think about resituating our focus so that it is ultimately student driven? And if you can't, if you just are coming up with blanks, maybe the ideas of others will help you. But I would just share a couple before we go. Maybe you could volunteer. Maybe you could take a leadership role, potentially even volunteering with a club that needs an advisor or somebody to help lead that initiative or champion the causes on course. Maybe it's just showing up early at the morning, at the main entrance of the school and just saying hello to people. I know sometimes it feels weird until you get kind of used to doing that, but it makes a big impact, and students notice that. And in your own classrooms, do you greet people when they walk through the door? Students will jump back and step back like, yo, who is this dude or lady that's, stepping aside, opening the door for me and saying hello and using my name. These things go a long way. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I think we're student success driven, and really we're customer service people, or at least hopefully we can view ourselves that way, and we can do what we can to think of ourselves as student service experts and customer service professionals, as well as just whatever our title may imply. So interested in your thoughts, think about it before you go back. And those little small differences really can make a big, big difference in the long run. So let me know what you think. Thanks a lot, Professor Lyrical.